We built the world's first software to detect blood clots, i.e. deep vein thrombosis. Why? Well, it's the #1 cause of preventable hospital death in the world. So DVT can lead to a pulmonary embolism, which can lead to death. And there's also post-thrombotic syndrome. And here you can see from the CDC, it's larger than breast cancer, AIDS, and car accidents combined. That's why we built the software to detect DVTs. The technology is conceptually simple, very hard to build. It took us 7 years to build it. But it consists of literally an app, iOS and Android. You connect it to a handheld ultrasound device, which we partner with. So there are other vendors that produce their hardware. And then a non-ultrasonographer, like a nurse or a doctor, can perform the scan. The data gets automatically sent to our dashboard, which can be confirmed by a clinician. The real value proposition is that you don't need to have any ultrasound experience to use the technology, because we have AI that performs real-time guidance to enable you to perform the scan. So we're already launched at NYU for our FDA study, and this is Dr. Glenn Jacobowitz, and he's obviously very impressed with the technology that we have, believing it has a huge impact on the US and abroad. We've already launched our multi-center double-blinded clinical trial across Europe, including in the UK, and I'm actually very pleased to say we received received Class 2B under EU MDR recently, so we're the first software in the world that enables real-time AI guidance for DVT detection. These are some of the hospitals we're working with, and these are the nurses that use the technology to scan. And of course, we publish the papers in peer-reviewed journals. We've obviously partnered with handheld ultrasound vendors, including Butterfly Networks, and we partnered in the US with NYU Langone Health, as well as Temple Health. And we've also been doing other studies in primary care, because you can start to imagine that the technology can be used across different care pathways. So these are the partnerships that we had with Butterfly and Clarius, and there will be other ones in the future. We're extremely scientifically rigorous. We publish every study that we run, and these are some of the studies we published, including in Nature, and we wanted to make sure we took into account health economics, which we have, and that's also published in Nature, to show that it's very cost-effective to screen DVT patients with our technology. This is some of the collaborations that we have. So we presented at the American Venous Forum. We have been backed by the Wellcome Trust. So they actually funded our clinical trial in the UK. We're CE marked. FDA approval is pending. We're running our FDA pivotal study right now. And we're ISO 13485 certified. This is the cool bit. So all of that is just sort of fluff. At this point, you can see the tech. So in real time, you get guidance to perform what's called a compression ultrasound scan. There's no Doppler there. It's just the AI guiding the user, analyzing the compressions. If they were to make a mistake, it tells them that there's a mistake and they have to retry. And then once they're done, it records the clip, analyzes it, and in a second, you'll see them submitting it to our dashboard. It will also present a case of a DVT you'll see in a sec. So right after this. So this is what a DVT would look like. So it would be incompressible, and therefore that patient should have a full duplex and then treatment. And then here you see the dashboard. You can actually access this on your phone. So it takes maybe one minute to review a clip. So maybe 4 minutes to look at a full scan to diagnose a patient. The reason this all matters is because the existing clinical pathway is quite long-winded, expensive, and unnecessary, to be honest. 90% of the scans are negative. So by the time the patient goes from suspicion, emergency department, risk assessment, blood test, ultrasound, and diagnosis, it can take quite a long time. But with us, it's much simpler. Anywhere in the healthcare system, they get scanned by the nurse, the data goes up to the cloud, they get confirmed. It can take as little as 15 minutes. And we've already raised $6.2 million, roughly, dollars in venture capital funding. We're planning to raise a Series A, which you can talk to me about after this, if you're interested. That's pretty much it. We already achieved our CE Class 2B clearance, so now we're going for FDA clearance and commercialization at the same time. The market is quite large, but everyone looks at these slides and it's never quite as it says, but it is a very big market. It's larger than the entire ultrasound market combined, in my opinion. This is the team. I'm the CEO of the company, but of course we have hematologists, radiologists, and vascular surgeons on board. So this is clearly not just me doing this, and we're happy to talk to you guys in the future if you want to work with us. And that's pretty much it. I hope I summarized things, but please do talk to us after. Thank you very much.